daily. Photo finish all straight, so we keep it hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG fault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit, Mo notes never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From comments to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, all straight, and we keep it hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy.
In the dark of the night, when the moon's hanging low, there's a place where the wildest of tales start to grow. Below the skeleton, with his bony grin, and Vault his co-host, let the stories begin. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast, we're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Vault are your guides, let's take a dive. In the crypto secrets we unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more. Whispers of ghosts in the halls of the old, haunted by the memories of stories untold. Political shadows creeping in the night. Mo and Vault, we're shining the light. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast, we're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Vault are your guides, let's take a dive. In the crypto secrets we unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more.
Whoops, what's up everybody, let's go. Sorry about that, mic was not working. I was saying happy Halloween. I'm a little loud. What's up everybody? As I mentioned in the chat, I do not have a live stream intro right now, so we had to use the hotels from the crypto intro. That's our show that we do every Tuesday. Me and Mo knows at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday. You guys should come by and hang out with us. It's a lot of fun. We talk about paranormal topics. We talk about politics, we talk about sports, and we talk about VeVe and crypto, so you guys definitely want to check it out on Tuesdays. Alright, it's time for the big reveal. I guess it's coming up in 25 minutes, and they did put out a video today. I don't see it on here, but we can find it on Twitter. It was like a minute something long, and it's kind of like tempering expectations for what we're about to see, so we can check that out real quick too. I believe, alright, Tucson is in the house already. Unfortunately, we don't have any gifts for Tucson today. I believe men should be allowed to compete in women's sports. What? What is it? What's up, Mr. Holy for Holy? Holy Free Holy? We got Splint in the house. What's up, everybody? Are y'all excited for this? Or are you expecting to be disappointed? We need to run a poll, too. We got my one and only Best Bud Greedy in the house. Let's go. Never seen it. It's a brand new intro. Just made that one for last Tuesday. We use it, and I don't know, I just made an intro last week. Y'all probably saw it from my stream last week, and I had to reformat computer, so I lost it and I gotta start all over again. What's up, Eric? What's up, Mr. TKO Addict? We're gonna have a lot of OGs in the house. Why isn't Format going live also? I don't know, because he has a channel. We got Greedy One in the building. Let's go. We got Puerto Rico. Is Puerto Rico nice? It seems nice to me. Is it not an island with a bunch of beaches? It's like all beaches. And they got pretty girls. What's up, Smart Buy? We got Jay Hirsch in the house. Let Mike Tyson. What's with the dudes and female sports? Yes, Tyson and women's boxing. So then what's the point of having women's boxing? That's just boxing. Yeah, sorry about that. Started off with a little bit of technical difficulties like usual. LeBron and the WNBA. What are y'all talking about right now? Happy Halloween. Got the kitty cat wants to come and say happy Halloween. Come on over, kitty kitty. We got Kryptoni here. What's up, Kryptoni? Led Jess, let's go. Oh, brother. We got VeVe Pooski here. What it do? I hope you know it's time for the big reveal. We're going to get it queued up here, and I'm going to go try to find that video that I saw earlier today. Starts in 22 minutes. People are already in their chat over there. I mean, I can't even chat. If I chat, it's blocked. It doesn't show up. Happy Halloween, Woody. I started off with a mask on, and I was saying happy Halloween, but my mic was not working. What's up, Mr. Hippie? I feel like we're going to have some OGs that'll see this live stream and want to come out and see what the VeVeVerse is all about. The question is, if somebody who kind of left during the bull run comes back and sees this VeVeVerse demo, are they going to be disappointed, or are they going to be happy? Is it going to make them want to jump back in? I feel like that should be the first poll that we run. What's up, Mr. Moore's big day? Let's hope they announce and then drop it within a week. I just want a date, and it can't be like 2030. I was hearing by the end of the year. Juana, man, I seen that movie. Can't be that. I mean, it can't be like 3 years from now. People are not going to be happy. So it's got to be the end of the year. What else could they say? They're planning on giving us a time frame, they said today. All right, let me find that video. I'm sure most of y'all saw this already. I wonder if I bookmarked it. Hi, kitty kitty. Oh yeah, did y'all see this thing from Matt Gondek? I wonder, was this in the preview? And it's some new Gondek art that they haven't released yet? And he's trying to say it's for DesignerCon. He's asking, but I think he's hinting around that it is for DesignerCon. Alright, so I'm not seeing that video. No, this is old stuff. I'll have to think of who could have possibly posted it. Alright. What do they call it? I feel like it should be on YouTube. Let me go to their site. No, that's not. Anybody have a link to the video they posted? It was only like 1:30 long. And I saw it on Twitter, so it couldn't have just been on their page. I could go to the VeVe Discord. We can find it there. Maybe one of y'all know where it's at. What's up, Alejandro? We got some OGs in the chat. Mr. Big A is here. Let's go. What's up, Big A? It's time. Moonboy's giving everything another 12 months. They did, whenever he had to interview the Ben Rose guy with Comics and Crypto, he said we're not looking at like a few months out. We're looking like a year out at a time. Thought maybe it would be in here. Will VeVe give this channel its flowers? Am I getting a gold logo? If not, then those are not good enough flowers. Nah, let's see. What would we search? Let's just search VeVeVerse and then go to media. Maybe it'll pop up there. I think that might have been it right there. Was it this? Nope. You know what? I know exactly where we can find it. This will be good too. You know who posted it? The one and only Triple OG, Cavell Anderson. This is it right here. Of course, we're gonna get like 10 minutes from it. This might, yeah, I think this is the one. I'll find out. Alejandro's got the links for me. Let's go. Let me just use Alejandro's link. Although you might want to check out Cavell's videos. He just put out like five videos in one day. What's up, Boricua? Alright, we're going to check this out first, and I'm going to start the poll. I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Alright, is this, no, this is the 10-minute one. Are you sure? This might be it. Minutes, so let's check this out real quick. Yeah, he always does that once every few months. What's up, Dan K? Let's go. Joshua Bjornson says, is VeVeVerse going to live for everyone today? Probably not today, but they did say they're going to give us a time frame and they're going to show us all the features that are available, so it must be pretty close to being ready to come out. Alright, I will mute myself during this. I might cut in every once in a while and say something, but we got about 19, maybe 18 minutes before the reveal, so we're going to check out this video they put out just yesterday, kind of tempering people's expectations so they're not expecting like a AAA game, as they'll say in the video.
Their VeVe Digital Collectibles video. I'm Corey, and I am joined with the amazing Ben Rose, co-CEO of VeVe, and Dan Carruthers, COO and co-founder. And the point of today's video is we have an upcoming live premiere of the VeVeVerse experience, which is going to be on October 31st. You should see that already on our YouTube channel. And we wanted to set some sort of open transparency and communication prior to that. So Ben, what are we going to be talking about today?
Yeah, so look, I'm really conscious, having a chat with Dan yourself about this, we're really conscious that there's a lot of discussion and expectation around what the VeVeVerse is and isn't. And so we just thought it would be a good idea to have that conversation, kind of talk a little bit about where we're at, kind of what brought us to this point, just so that the community going into Friday are really clear about what they're going to see and kind of what it means for them.
Absolutely. And so that's really what today is, everyone watching. This is just a casual chat where we sort of chat about the VeVeVerse. And so you kind of hit what our first talking point is going to be, Ben, and that is what is and what isn't the VeVeVerse.
So Dan, over to you. Tell us, what's the VeVeVerse going to be?
Yes, well, obviously, me personally, I have very grand visions for the future. But as Corey has mentioned in the beginning, we really want to help set some expectations as we roll it out and what you guys can expect for the VeVeVerse. So, really, number one, it is a place for fans to collect and.
Whoa, pause, stop right there. You know they like to put stuff in the background to give us hints of drops that are about to happen or will happen soon. And I didn't even notice this the first time I watched it. But is that not Optimus Prime right there? And there's some new Transformers movies coming out. Are we going to get Transformers FA? Or will they be FE? Since they're Transformers. Since they're cars. I bet we get that eventually.
And interact and participate. So we've already kind of covered that in our previous videos. And really, at the very first iteration of the VeVeVerse, it is going to be similar to the virtual showrooms you have already, but with far greater functionality in terms of creator tools, social tools, interaction tools, and just overly a much richer experience.
Fantastic. And Ben, sort of how does that tie into our goals as a company in terms of creating innovations in the digital collecting space? What is a unique thing about the VeVeVerse and digital collecting that maybe you couldn't experience in the physical space that the VeVeVerse will provide?
So one of the great things about VeVe is the community and the way that it brings people together across borders, online and offline. So what we're wanting to do with the VeVeVerse is really bring that to life. So where you are, you share a fandom with another collector, you'll be able to share that with them inside the VeVeVerse. You'll be able to really share your passion. At the moment, with the showrooms, you can share it and you can share it on the feed and you can share images of it and you can show people yourself in there, but you really can't invite them over and kind of hang out and talk and share and that kind of thing. So I think really it's about bringing that community together.
Absolutely. And so that's sort of what is the VeVeVerse. So what are some expectations that possibly we want to set for what it might not be, that people might go into this showcase that's going to be coming out on October 31st, again, on our YouTube channel, live premiere. What are some things that it's not going to be?
Great question, Corey. I think one of the main expectations that I want to set is that the VeVeVerse is not going to be a AAA game. It's not going to be the next Call of Duty. It's not going to be the next major blockbuster out there. For the reason being is that the VeVeVerse has to be accessible across.
So this is all new stuff we haven't seen before right here also. Back it up just a tiny bit. I don't want to take too long and miss the premiere.
Be the next Call of Duty. It's not going to be the next major blockbuster out there. For the reason being is that the VeVeVerse has to be accessible across a whole range of different devices. Most of our users are on mobile. Many of our users are on desktop. Some people may or may not have a gaming machine. So we've got to find that balance of getting some really nice looking graphics and functionality, but making sure it's accessible to everyone else. So it's best to think of at least the initial launch of the VeVeVerse as a whole range of microverses. I may have a whole bunch of microverses or MySpaces, and you guys might have the same.
So Dan, there's a little elephant sitting in the room with me here asking a question. Why has the VeVeVerse taken so long? So we teased it a few years ago. We're here today talking about it coming out shortly. Why has it taken us so long?
Great question, Ben. And I think it's really important for fans to understand that, VeVe is such a intense business. There's so many ups and downs. We work with a lot of licensors, and there's a lot of requests and demands on our side, and opportunities that we sometimes just need to jump on, like VeVe Comics, for example. And as a result, this means that, we have to deprioritize some things, prioritize others, and it can be a bit of an up and down. So I think one thing I want to make clear is that the VeVeVerse has not been in solid development for, the past sort of 2 or 3 years. We've had to stop it and start it and come back to it. But
So that was the kind of the controversy about this interview right here, where he's talking about at some points they stopped working on VeVeVerse altogether to focus on things like VeVe Comics, and they didn't tell us that they were stopping. But then again, other people are like, but if they did tell us, how much FUD would there be? So I kind of see both sides of the story right there. What's up, Prosperity? Good to see you in the chat again. He's still holding some collectibles. There's a lot of people out there who haven't been paying attention to VeVe but are still holding collectibles, and if they like what they see here, then this could incentivize them to come back and start going for drops again. And I always live stream the drops on the weekend, so if there's a drop on the weekend, which there always is, usually on Saturday for sure, sometimes both days, and we got 2 decent drops this weekend, then come back and hang out with those, and maybe you'll decide to go for it. The drops are a lot cheaper now, and they're more scarce. So, all right, back to it.
I'm really happy that we are here right now, being able to actually show you guys something.
And look, I think it's safe to say, on reflection as an organisation, we probably could have communicated that better throughout that period. And so we've taken quite a few learnings from this period of VeVe. And so look, we're committing to the community. We're going to be more open, more transparent, communicating updates on what's happening. And of course, we can't share every single thing that happens. But the big things like this, we're here to be open with you, share with you, and look, take it on the chin as a learning for us as an organisation as we grow and mature.
Fantastic. And I think everyone watching this will be really appreciative of that sentiment. But I think that you mentioned...
Oh, I forgot to mute myself that time. Just so y'all know, I'm keeping my eye on when they go live. I might have to refresh it every once in a while to make sure they haven't gone live yet, because they might have a little bit of talking before the preview. Looks like only 65 people waiting, though. I'm kind of surprised on that. How many people do we got watching? 10? Oh, 71. We got more people than VeVe? Oh, I hope that's legit. That must not be legit. All right. Shout out to D. Ramos is here, and Rob T making me laugh. All right, back to it. Like I said, I'm keeping my eye on it, so when they go live, we'll stop this and we'll go check it out.
There at the start, Dan, was that this isn't a AAA game, but after doing the VeVeVerse showcase with you, I can attest to how amazing it looks, and I think everyone that watches that on October 31st is going to be really amazed. Can you tell me a little bit about the platform in which the VeVeVerse is built upon?
Yeah, absolutely. Building out something like a metaverse is a complex development pathway. And so, both David and I started speaking a number of years ago with many different platforms that were out there that we could use as a basis for the VeVeVerse. We wanted something that was rich in functionality, rich in features, supported the main objectives we wanted, which is number one, co-presence. Like, I know in this day and age, having lots of people in a room is pretty straightforward, but when we kicked this off, that was still quite new technology. So
that's one thing I don't understand too. Having 2 users in the room on a platform together is new technology 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Bro, I was doing that in Halo 2 in college. How is that new technology? Maybe I'm misunderstanding what it is that he's trying to say there. That seems like regular old technology.
We ended up partnering with a company by the name of Cavernous. We've worked and known with the Cavernous team for many, many years. And we now have our own sort of customized version of the Cavernous software, which has been developed and deployed as the VeVeVerse.
Okay, so look, with all that being said, Dan, I recently had my day one in the VeVeVerse. So tell me, what can users expect to do on day one of the VeVeVerse when it launches?
So day one when it launches, number one, we're going to have all of the social tools available. So it's going to be collaborative. You could be in there, voice, text, chat, video, co-creation. And then in addition to that, you can choose whether you want to stay in a simple mode, which is where you just place your collectibles and make them look beautiful inside an environment. Or if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, you can create your own world from scratch using all of the creator tools that we offer.
That's awesome. Really looking forward to that. So look, I think also important worth saying is this is not, the launch is not the end for VeVeVerse, right? So we're just looking at this as day one. And what we want to do is we want to get feedback from the community once it's launched as to what they love, what they don't love, what they'd like to see. And then we'll be iterating on top of that. And it's exactly the same way that we've approached the VeVe platform itself, right? When we launched it, it didn't have all of the features and functionality that it has today. And in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, it will have a huge amount more functionality. So exactly the same as the VeVeVerse. We're starting the journey. We really want your feedback as we go into it and ongoing as to what you'd like to see us add to the VeVeVerse from there.
Absolutely, Ben. And that feedback loop, it kind of starts right now with this video, the video that's going to release on October 31st. And there's a lot of ways you can be reaching out to us. You can see our socials at the bottom of the screen here. As we move into the next stage and people get to see that October 31st live premiere, whenever they look at Dan's showroom, they're going to see a whole bunch of amazing collectibles staged in an amazing way, because we all know how Dan is. You're very particular how things are arranged, and we love you for it. For those day one users, and as the doors open, are all IPs, on the table for our users?
Absolutely. I mean, very similar to the experience we have now. We want to make sure that transitions into the VeVeVerse as well. For us, really, the VeVeVerse is the next chapter. And what's the point in buying toys if you can't take them home?
And I think it's a point worth making to the community as well. Is it's easy to assume that some of the things we do are just pretty straightforward, right? But it's no mean feat to take all of those over 200 licenses and IPs and say, okay, now we're going to have them in a VeVeVerse. Now we're going to have them in the Metaverse. And so we're really, really proud that every single IP will be available there. But please, understand that it took a bit of work to get there. So, we're really excited about that. And again, it may feel like a small thing, but, a lot of work goes into these things for us to deliver that to you.
And you're absolutely right, Ben. I mean, the amount of work that our team and external it's just a huge collaborative process that's sort of culminating in this amazing feature. And that sort of brings us to the end of this episode. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about what the VeVeVerse is, what it isn't, day one expectations, what IPs will be involved. And so I think this is a great staging point for us to launch that October 31st live premiere. And again, as Ben mentioned, feedback. That's why we are making these videos. Please be communicative, be respectful, but be communicative in the comments across all of our socials, which you see at the bottom of the screen. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to make this video, and until the next one.
Right. So that's the preview. They're kind of temporary expectations, but it's kind of a little surprising to me that they still refer to it as a Metaverse. Oops, that's the wrong one. I got it right here. We're gonna pull it up. I kind of thought they were gonna just call it a showroom, like several people in the chat were saying, VeVe Showroom 2.0. But I mean, they are calling it a Metaverse, so I mean that means they plan on building it out more, right? What catalyst would I personally, when you say the channel, I'm assuming you're talking about me, look forward to, get excited? Of course, gamification, but that's not gonna happen. So what's something that actually could happen that would make me excited? Being able to stream from the VeVeVerse, and they did talk about they're going to have all the socials connected already, and you'll be able to make video and collaborate. Besides that, I mean, it was kind of exciting to hear that we could use all the IP, because there was a lot of speculation that you want to be able to use Disney or Marvel, since apparently you're not able to use those in the Omida NFT stacker platform. What's up, Mr. Digital Verse? Let's go. What's the point of buying toys but can't take them home? Interoperability soon? I mean, that's a good argument for that too. They're talking about home as in your VeVeVerse showroom, but you could use that argument to say, why do we not have interoperability yet? My cat's tail is going to mess up my mic if she keeps hitting the cord. That's a good point. VeVeVerse sucks. What if you haven't even seen it yet? You got to wait until you see it first, right? All IP on board for the VeVeVerse was a huge surprise. Yeah, that was a surprise to me too. Corey's the man, but they didn't talk about anything. Well, they were doing what they meant to do, was curbing expectations. They wanted you to know, don't expect to see a AAA game. I mean, what's kind of surprising to me is that there's less than 100 people, but it hasn't started yet. I guess they got 3 or 4 minutes to arrive, right? Good one says, I agree this was exciting a while ago. I wanted to drive and fly around and race each other and stuff. Hang out in other rooms for drops. That would be dope. Would have been a great 2 years. Yeah, I agree. They should have done it right during the bull run. And then maybe the bull run wouldn't have, it would have ended eventually. Maybe it wouldn't have been so bad when it ended. What's up, Mr. MXB Vibes? There's an OG we haven't seen in a while. It's VeVeVerse time. And happy Halloween, by the way, everybody. Right, I'm glad I didn't read that out loud. I'm glad I read that to myself first before those words came out of my mouth. Daniel C says, just my opinion about 2 years late. Yeah, that's what everyone thinks. Everyone's tier 1 game because we have waited so long. I mean, it usually takes, I know we had Colin Upton on here who's a programmer and a game developer. And he says to make a AAA game, didn't he say like 3 or 4 years? I mean, technically we've been around for 3 or 4 years, so if they had the right people in the right places and they were developing a AAA game, maybe we'd have a double. Give us a double A game. It ain't got to be AAA. Can I get 2 A's? Can I get an A and a half? An A and a half game? Is there a current Metaverse project standard we can compare the VeVeVerse to in order to gauge? I mean, what's the most popular ones? Like Sandbox? Most popular Metaverses. Is Roblox really a metaverse, though? I mean, Roblox is super. My kid's playing Roblox right now, guaranteed. Either that, he got a new PS5 game he might be playing. But yeah, Roblox is considered one of the most popular metaverse platforms with over 200 million active users. Upland now, that's Web3, right? Microsoft Mesh, I never heard of that. I don't think Roblox counts. What's up, Dennis? Good to see you, my man. Can I get a soon logo for my vault? They should have a hashtag soon logo. What's up, Howard? Good to see you. I told you we're going to see a lot of OGs here to check out the VeVeVerse. What happened to Alex? I think, why did that disappear? I feel like somebody is like monitoring my chat. I'm not doing that for sure. I don't think he's with the company anymore. The only official thing, and it's not really official, I saw was a response from Randy Chavez to somebody who commented on one of his videos or his live streams and asked, is Alex still with the company? And he said, no, not anymore. They never tweeted about it. Alex never tweeted about it. He doesn't tweet about VeVe anymore. So I think they replaced him with My Collectibles. I don't know. VeVeVerse. Ooh, I've been getting a lot of, I think I'm in their Discord or something. I get a lot of messages about VeVeVerse. What is Upland? I feel like I've heard of Upland. I've been seeing this commercial for this one place. Have y'all seen this commercial? Where the dude goes to Starbucks and he's like, I just bought this property on something. Maybe it's Upland on something. Here, let's check out Reddit. Reddit will give us the answer. What is Upland? We're still waiting for this bad boy to start. Oh, he says, here we go. It's getting ready to go down. Hopefully it's dope. We got Mr. Choo Choo Train in the house. When Banksy, bro. Banksy is still around. They actually showed the old Marvel Banksy poster in the VeVeVerse preview demo we saw a couple days ago. Video removed by uploader. VeVeVerse video removed. Which VeVeVerse movie? Video removed. What's that about? Green one says the problem is the mobile platform and desktop platform being stuffed in the same game. Right. What are we talking about? Which game? They did mention that that's why they don't have a AAA game, is because it's going to be on mobile as well, but I think you can play Fortnite on your mobile phone. And I play Marvel Snap on my iPad, so I don't think that's a good excuse. There's another triple OG we haven't seen in a while. Chago in the house, let's go. Okay, let's really go. Actually, we got 2 minutes, let's chat some more. I'm not big on whatever they release because it's software. They can always upgrade. That's true. It's all about dropping something for me. The fact that they're finally working on it, putting some real effort into it. Orchestrator says no. For years it's been dead. Hey, I just went for a drop 3 weeks ago. I can pull it up on here. I paid, I want to say 20. I think the retail price was 20 for the drop. It was a Star Wars drop. I got the secret rare on the drop for $20. And the floor price was up to 800. I think it's around 550 right now. So things like that can't happen. But they did indeed get rich. I think they should have invested more into the app. That's what I say. Like Randy Chavez is a good source. Oh, I agree. All right, we're about to find out right now. Joseph's interested. We got 1 minute left. I'm sure they got some funky music. Yeah, they always use that funky music that everybody uses. All right, is there any particular pose y'all want me to do once this begins? Wow, I expected a lot more yeses on this poll. But no, only 57%. This really is the place where the fudders hang out. Y'all aren't even excited for it? Even I'm excited for it. Let's go. Yes, a throwback to the old days. I mean, we still do this every weekend, y'all. Every weekend I stream the drops. Every once in a while, you can still win. Like I said, 3 weeks ago, I got something for 20 that's worth 550 right now, 550. And then the week after that, I made about 40 or 50 gems on that drop. They had 2 drops. And then this weekend, we got a couple good drops. There's going to be a crafting event where you could make money on it. I don't know. We'll have to look at it a little bit more on the weekend. All right, y'all. Here we go with the VeVeVerse. First ever world premiere live demo. Should I cut in with my voice? Maybe I'll just type in the chat. I don't want to cut in while they're showing this. If I see something that's just wild, I might cut in.
Hey everyone, it's Corey, and I'm here with none other than Dan Crothers, trusty co-founder and COO of VeVe. And today we have an exciting thing to get into, and it is the VeVeVerse. This is an update that a lot of people have been waiting for. Dan, can you tell us just a little bit about what's been going into the VeVeVerse and what are we going to be seeing today?
So yeah, I'm super excited to give everyone a more in-depth look into the VeVeVerse. As people are going to see very shortly, you and I are going to jump into one of the spaces I've created. We're going to add collectibles, we're going to add comics, we're going to set up some lights, we're going to look at some materials, all of the cool stuff, just to give you guys a taste of, what is coming. The taste that we're going to give you is the desktop version. The desktop version, just so everyone knows, will have more features and functionality. And then later on, in the coming months, we're going to give you a demo of the mobile version, which is going to be kind of similar to the virtual showrooms we have now, but with a lot more of the really cool features that you guys are going to see very soon.
Nice. And the VeVeVerse it's more than just a place for you to share your stuff. The VeVeVerse really is symbolic of what we're doing as a company in terms of digital collecting and innovation. Can you tell me a little bit, how does the VeVeVerse fit into the big picture for VeVe as a digital collecting platform?
Yeah, so for me, the VeVeVerse really is a cornerstone of what we're doing. It's something that obviously we've been working on for a while. I take that on myself. And it's really something that a place where people can play, interact, be social, everything, with their collectibles. It really is, our metaverse for a collectible experience. Once you own the collectibles within the VeVeVerse, within VeVe, you can now put them into the VeVeVerse and all of the tools that we have around that, which are above and beyond what we are already offering, which is, virtual showrooms are obviously fairly rudimentary. So yes, super excited to give a demo of just what people can do.
Absolutely. And whenever I was at New York Comic Con, I was talking about VeVe a lot, as you all pay me to do. And a big part of VeVe really is community. And it's sharing, and it's getting on socials and talking about your fandoms. And the VeVeVerse, from what I understand, is the primary function. It's the social tools, it's chat. And those are things you're going to be showing us today, right?
Exactly. Not only is it a place where you can enjoy and play with your collectibles, it has all of the social features that I really think our fans have been wanting to use for a very long time.
Fantastic. Now, before we jump right into it, there's one last thing I have to ask, or Aaron, our community manager, will be hung out to dry by the community. Rough timeline. Can we get a rough timeline on when we can expect to start seeing this roll out beyond beta?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are looking to roll out Q1 next year. You guys will see where we're at the moment, that the VeVeVerse exists. We're very far along in the development. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. There's a few little bits of optimization. We want to make sure it's working really well on mobile. Our goal is for early Q1 is to introduce some of the new features that we have coming to the existing beta users. And then around mid Q1 is when we'll start rolling it out to the wider community. And one of the things I just wanted to mention is that, we really want a lot of feedback here. We have our ideas on what we think the VeVeVerse is, but at the end of the day, it's you, me, the VeVe fam, everyone who's going to be using it. So we want it to be very much a a back and forth of ideas and suggestions.
Outstanding. Well, as they say in the content game that I am in, it's time to show and not tell. So let's go ahead and jump right into the VeVeVerse and get into this thing, Dan.
Sounds great. Okay, so we're now inside one of the showrooms that I've put together, and I can see Corey is in the space, so he should be wandering around here somewhere. Where is it?
I was just looking at all our amazing collectibles.
Yeah, awesome. I see you wandering around over there. That looks very cool. Come over and say hi.
Yeah, I was just admiring your beautiful showroom and all the stuff you have. Man, look at the size of this. Beautiful. Self-made. It's one of the good ones.
Yeah, self-made. I love this. I love this one. I thought it needed its own, little space in here.
Absolutely. So why don't you walk us through some of the really basic stuff, Dan? Like, I'm walking around, but there's a bunch of different ways to get around, right?
Yep, absolutely. So at the moment we are looking, at least my camera view anyway, is what we would call third-person interactive, and that means I can see my avatar. But I can also change that just by clicking on our camera controls up here, and I can jump into first person if that's your thing. I personally find first person view, a little bit better for creating and editing.
Yeah.
From the drop down menu again, I can also choose like fly mode, where I can go sort of up and down. Fly mode lets me go through things as well, so it's just a really, really nice way. So there's a whole bunch of ways that you can navigate the space, which is really cool, really, really handy for for creating some of these sort of more complex spaces.
Absolutely. And so I'm on my PC right now, Dan. So I'm using sort of the ASDW movement. Is that the only way that we can do that? Are people able to use like a controller to get around?
Yes, you can use a controller. There will be a little bit of config to get set up. But obviously, if you're working off a laptop, then you can use your mouse to look around, WASD, or alternatively, you can use the move keys if that's, the arrow keys if that's more your kind of thing.
Gotcha. And so in addition to just getting around and having this awesome space, I think one of the big features that's really amazing about the VeVeVerse is all the social tools. Right? I mean, you've really baked in a lot of cool features for people to be able to do things together. Can you sort of walk me through some of the camera, chat, all that good stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously with our existing virtual showrooms, they are shareable, as in I can go into your space, Corey, you can come into my space, but we're never in there together. And that's one of the cool things about the VeVeVerse. For people who are looking at my screen, I can see you walking around, but hey, let's say I also wanted to turn my camera on. So it's super easy for me. I can just go over to my little profile icon and go turn camera on, make sure my head looks good.
There you are.
So, okay, yep. There we go.
I'll turn it on too.
How are you?
Oh, hi. Hi, bud.
Oh, your background is way cooler than mine. I'm still in New York.
I'm at work, so I've got my standard background. I think you're jet set right now. Aren't you traveling about?
I am, yes. Last days of post-Comic-Con, yep. So obviously, we're in the same space. We can communicate with each other via audio. We can see each other on video. And then in addition to that, we also have this text chat. So Corey, if you just want to click the text chat icon, which is up in the right there, I can just say, hey, Corey.
There you are. Oh, hi there.
So yeah, lots of really cool ways for, people to be social in here. You got audio, you got video, you got chat. Obviously, we can see each other's avatars and be in the space at the same time. So that's one of the, the big improvements on the VeVeVerse is all around these kind of social tools.
And in terms of the space we're in right now, this is one of your awesome showrooms. I know you have a bunch because you're always in here working. Can people just have like unlimited showrooms and like these house spaces that they can share?
Yes, that is exactly what they can do. So in a similar way that a user in our current platform is able to make a number of virtual spaces, a user can create as many spaces as they want in the VeVeVerse. So this particular space here, I chose to go for an empty space, and then everything you see in here, I basically just built from the ground up. Super wild, super addictive. I gotta say, I probably spent quite a few hours in here overall.
I bet you have. Look at all this. And I've seen some really, really impressive beta user showrooms where I think the amazing thing about this is not only do you have objects that you can place, which I'm sure you're going to talk about, how you built some of these shells and all these different things, but people use the actual collectibles themselves to build really wild displays and different things.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, actually. Up till now, with the virtual showrooms, we didn't have the option to be able to use these simple shapes. And when I say a simple shape, I mean a cube, a sphere, a cone, a torus. And what a lot of people do, especially I know one that was very popular was the DeLorean, using the fins of the DeLorean for shells. But you won't have to do that anymore. You can actually just add a very simple space in. So if you want to, Corey, do you want to follow me over to this room off to the left here? And then I can just give a quick little...
This is cool, right? Like what we're doing right now, I think is so cool. Like it's a good application of what we're trying to do with the platform in terms of people being able to share the stuff they love to collect.
Exactly. Super fun. So you can see on this side, I'll show you guys the other side of my space so far. I found that all of these spaces are always a work in progress. So on the other side, I've got my marble, but on this side here, this is all the cool collectibles. For me personally, I love this Lamborghini 350 GT, so I wanted to make it a really nice, centerpiece. And one of the cool things here is that anything that is interactive on any of these collectibles, like for example, Corey, if you click on one of the doors there, wow, look at that, it can open.
So here, I'm just going to take this into my showroom, and how do I sit down? No.
Yeah, hey, well, not that one. That's my very precious number 43. So I don't know about that.
Let's take a look under the hood.
And that's the thing, like you can see, like up at the top here, you'll see I've set up a couple of spotlights. And if we go and take a look at the detail of the engine, it just looks so nice with the spotlight shining down. We've got the beautiful metallics, this real nice sort of bloom feature on all of the metallic shiny bits. Just overall a really nice looking car. And the cool thing is that we're really able to bring that to the fore in the VeVeVerse, whereas in our virtual showrooms, we really aren't able to show off the sort of the quality and the detail.
And I think this is when swapping the camera views is a big one. Like started off there, we were in sort of the walk interactive third person mode, but if you really want to admire these details, swapping into first person, and so you could really get in, make that engine huge, and just admire just the beauty that is this car.
So how would we do this? We do have a feature in the VeVeVerse called follow. If you click on the three dots on my video there, you should see an option called follow. So click on that. Cool. So now you're following me. So I'm going to take you on the grand tour. So obviously you've seen my Lamborghini 350 here.
Very nice.
It's like my Frankenfat over here. As you can see, this is all still empty. I actually love to come in here I love to come in here and fill this up. It's actually quite a nice sort of relaxing process for me. As we come over here, I really love this thing, setting up shelves. It's very similar to my kind of office at home in my house, and it's such a kind of a classic way to display our collectibles. And you can see this little Frank Kozak Kaiju here. He's got a default idle animation, so of course that's playing through, which I think is really cool. And any of the collectibles with interactivity, like if I click on this guy, we can see that he plays the action. We've got another Frank Kozak up here, which I really love with the, wall buttons coming out the top. My London Police, shout out to London Police, love those guys. This DB5 down here is not the interactive one, so I thought, hey, you know what? That should be a really cool scale model. So I've just sort of plonked it in there. And all of these shelves here, which I can click on and move around. So I'm just to give you guys a quick demo. So right now, you can see down the left-hand side here, we've got a toolbar. I'm just in Discover or Explore mode at the moment, which means I can look around. I can't click on anything. But if I click on the move icon here and I select this, I can move it up and down. I can scale it. I can do kind of whatever I want. I can rotate it. Very similar to what, everyone's used to now. So how about I just give a quick example? Why don't we go and add a few collectibles over on this side?
I'm following you. Whatever you want to do, I'm here for, Dan.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point, actually. I don't need to tell you to follow me because you are automatically following me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into my library. Okay, and this is where all of my collectibles, everything I own. Couple of really cool things here, Corey, is, one of the main frustrations I know in the existing virtual showroom is that there is no ability to search, but we can see right here, search. So if I type in Batgirl, boom, there she is. If I type in Marvel, boom, there they all are. And not only that, but I can actually click one. It gives me all the metadata, what edition I have, the brand, the licensor. But in addition, I can also hold down, I'm on a Mac, so I can hold down my Option key, and I can actually enter multiple items. And then all I need to do is click and click. So I've got 2 items, boom, there they are. Now that they're loaded in, I'm going to rotate this guy around now, so he's facing towards the Lamborghini, but I want to make sure that he's facing fully front on. So I'm going to hold shift, which means it's basically jumping around in 15-degree increments.
Nice.
Then I can move him over here, drag him up. Let's do the same with our other guy.
The good old Funko partnership that we had, one of my favorites. That was a great unboxing event for our whole community. It was cool seeing everyone open those up.
So amazing, yeah. So we've got a couple of collectibles in here. Now, let's say I wanted to add another shelf like this. So there's a couple of ways I can do this, to be honest. I mean, number one, I can select this shelf, which I've already created, and I can right click and I can go duplicate. But what I'd like to show you guys is actually how we create one through the library. Now, the really cool thing about this here is that we've got a whole bunch of library categories in here. So we can see, starting from the bottom, we've got comics. Yes, we have comics. Then I've got my VeVe collectibles. We've got some vegetation. So say, for example, if I'm thinking, it needs a little bit of greenery, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to pop it there. While that's loading, I'm going to jump back in. And then I'm going to go to my simple shapes. So let's add another cube. Okay, I'm just going to pop this in here. I'm going to go into move mode so I can actually move it around and manipulate it. And you'll see underneath the move icon, there's a little arrow here. That gives me more options. So in this particular case, I want to scale this one down like so. I'm going to push it out that way. And I'm going to bring it in like this. And then I'm going to go back into move mode. And then I'm going to put a shelf right above these guys. Maybe not that low.
Give us some headspace, Dan. I know they're, 12.5-inch collectibles. Come on.
Exactly. So it's looking good. It's not quite as thin as the other one, so I'm just going to jump back into the scale mode because, I'm pedantic like that. Now, I want to apply the same material to this one here because within the VeVeVerse, we have a full material editor. So I'm just going to find out what material this is using by right-clicking on it and going edit material. So it's just using that material called white. Okay, so I'm going to go into my materials, into my library. I'm going to type in white. Just be under assets. Here it is here. And if I click on that one, boom. There we go. So I've made that one.
Very nice, very nice.
And then maybe, why don't we go, let's just collapse those ones back in. And I'm going to say this particular plant, I want to move this one up onto the shelf because it's always nice to have a plant up on a shelf.
You got to have a plant on the shelf. Got to keep the good oxygen in your showroom,
Exactly.
Now the only problem, Dan, is now these Iron Men are a little bit dark. If only there were some lighting tools that we could use to really, showcase them better.
If only, yeah, you're actually reading my mind. Cool, so let's jump back into the library. And we can see here that one of the categories here is called lights. So I'm just going to, you see there's a bunch of different lights that people can use in here. I'm just going to choose the simple spotlight. And I'm going to click, here it is here. Okay. Now you see the geometry is a little bit tiny on that. So just to make it a little bit easier for me, I'm just going to bump that up to 3. And I'm going to increase the light intensity to 4 just so it looks a little bit better. And then I can drag this light up.
It's a simple spotlight, but I find it makes the most dramatic light. Like the showrooms that I visited of other beta users, always the most impressive lighting seems to be coming from simple spotlights.
Absolutely, yeah, because there's so much you can do with the simple spotlights, which I'll show in just a moment. And just keep in mind, guys, that these, what we're showing you guys here really are the more advanced features of the VeVeVerse. So number one, that light is way too bright. So let's pop out the properties again, and I'm just going to maybe put that down to 2. That's looking all right, maybe 1. And if I go down a little bit, if I go down further, I can even do more things. Like I can increase how wide the light is, how wide the cone of the spotlight is. There's lots of different things, and I can even make it hard or soft edge. So there's a lot of flexibility that we can do, within the VeVeVerse. If I wanted to, I could choose to hide the light geometry. I could choose to duplicate it, to pop it over the other Iron Man here, or I could add a point light, which is, far more widespread.
Yeah.
So a lot of really, really cool stuff that we can do overall.
What I like about this is it's simple enough where there's tools that, anyone could jump in here and use, but it's advanced enough where if you really are into vault design, there's just a wealth of different things that you can accomplish.
Absolutely, yeah. So there will be two modes for the VeVeVerse. Number one is simple mode. And simple mode essentially is you will have a space. In fact, there'll be a whole bunch of spaces eventually down the line that you can use. And the idea really is that for new users coming into the platform, they have this awesome looking space which is designed to show their collectibles. It'll be way cooler, way more advanced than what our existing virtual showroom is. And then users can just place collectibles in. They can still add lights and simple shapes and all that. But for those people who are, like me and probably like you, want to really get creative and build our own from scratch, that is also 100% possible. So I was just going to come through here and show you my the Marvel side of the room.
Oh, we can talk about some comics then, because that's, people have been wanting to do more with their comics.
Exactly. So now, as you can see, if I look over to the right here, we've got the Marvel sign. You can't have a Marvel showroom without a Marvel sign. And, as some of our users will know, this Marvel sign is interactive. So I can simply just click on it, turn it on, turn it off. So all the functionality is in there. You can see that I've added a nice little cluster of plants over here. Some of, one of the New York Comic-Con images.
Look at Juggy here. Man, Juggernaut looks amazing. Looks really, really good in here.
He does look so cool. All the detail and the textures. Now, he looks really cool because I've lit him just with a single spotlight. And again, I can select that spotlight. And, everything's in real time. And which is so cool with the lighting. And one of the advanced features also, which we won't show today, we'll cover later off, is that we can actually add scripts. So, this light might go back and forth, or it might rotate round.
Gotcha.
As we wander around here a little bit more, we can see we got Miles Morales in this little cubbyhole here. I'm just going to go in quite close just because I want to really show off, the fabric looks amazing, the zipper looks amazing, his Spidey suit, all the detail in it. It looks really cool. And I'm just running off a mat. I don't even think I have a...
Because you're in a hotel, yeah. You're just running on your mobile platform right now.
Coming around the corner here, we got 3 more of my favorite collectibles. And, I think one of the things that I really wanted to show you today was the America Chavez, she's got that interactivity. So if I click on her, man, that just looks so cool, eh? I just love all the blue.
It's really good.
Everything. It just looks so nice. Behind us here, we've got the marble tower. Again, I've just put a simple spotlight above this, so to get that lighting, it just makes it look so much cooler. All those shadows, and just for jokes, I'll put the little
Chimichanga
down the bottom there. Couple of my one-on-one artworks on the shelf here. My beloved one-of-ones. I'm a massive Hardy and Scotty Young fan, so got to represent them in the VeVeVerse.
I just got a signature from Matty Granoff at New York Comic Con just 2 days ago, so it's cool to see his artwork up on your wall.
Oh man, I gotta say I'm a little bit jealous.
Yeah, he was downstairs. He just had to go downstairs, Dan.
And then you can see I've got a bit of an empty cubby hole in here. So what I thought I'd do is put a couple of comics in here just so you can see how that works. So once again, I'm going to jump into the library. Under the library categories, I'm going to choose VeVe Comics. Please excuse the question marks. A couple of images not coming through quite correctly there. So I've got a few comics here. So let's just go. Let's just choose a Star Wars one. I'm going to drop it in there.
Black Chrysanthemums.
Yeah, then I can rotate it around. So for example, if I wanted to make this like a really cool comic wall, and I could even put shelves in here, just, using the simple shapes. I'm just going to jump in here just so I can just see how far away that is. Put it just sitting, oops, my man. Just sitting out a little bit from the wall there. And then I can continue to add more, and I won't set the whole thing up now because you guys will probably get a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm very pedantic. But let's stick with the Star Wars theme. Pop a Kylo Ren in there. Okay, again I'm going to hold down Shift, rotate it round, let's scale it down a little bit.
And I think this is just going to be such a cool thing for people who love comics and collectibles to put, first appearance comics with our first appearance collectibles and match those up. Like, you're missing out. You have this beautiful Juggy over here, but we've got, the first appearance of Juggernaut comic. That should be behind him. But, I mean, it's your taste. You do what you want to do. It's your showroom.
And you know what? I actually thought exactly the same thing, and I went hunting, and I realized, oh my gosh, I don't actually own the comic. And I was going to do the same one with the Miles Morales as well, which I thought would be cool. But I could set all my comics up on all of these walls. Just really cool. Great way to display the comics and everything else.
Absolutely. And so once you have all your showrooms set up and you've sort of specified it, the next step really is, how easy is it to share the showroom, Dan? Like, how easy is it to get other people in here? So let's say I set up a showroom and it has like all of my prized, 616 mint collectibles, and I want to do more than listed on the market. I want to invite people in to see what they're missing. What's the process?
It is super easy, Corey. So up in the toolbar here, I can click on the invite, click on manage members, and you can see that I've got a bunch of, well, not a bunch, so I've got you, me, and you in here. And I could simply just start typing somebody else's name. So let's invite Ben in. So here he is. Well, I know it's Ben because he's got a Sesame Street icon. We all know he's a Sesame Street fan by now. And we've got some options here. I can choose whether he's a space creator, which means that when he comes in, he's able to actually select things that I've added in and move them around. And the reason for this is that, some of us are great at creating spaces, some of us are not so good, but we all want a really cool space. So isn't it cool that I can invite you in and, allow you to start, helping me set the space up. But just for now, I'm going to invite Ben as a visitor. If I want to, I can add a note like, hey, Ben, join my space.
John Mack.
He's now going to get an email. And I can also tell here, who's visited or not. So obviously you have because you're in here. Ben not yet because I've just invited him. I can copy the link, etc. So super, super easy. We do also have an option for like a public link. So you can it's shareable with anybody. But also, sometimes we're a little bit cautious about letting people know what we've got and what we own. So you have a lot of different levels of permission there, you know, who you can invite in, who you can't, what permissions they have in your space. So really cool sort of space management there.
That's really awesome, Dan. The one thing that I think we should touch on before we wrap into our outro is our actual avatars. They look awesome. What's the process for these avatars? How do we, make a custom avatar? Can you explain that?
But basically on the Ready Player Me site, you can copy the link to your avatar. And then it's as easy as just going up to your profile icon in the top right here. And then you just simply paste your avatar in here. When somebody starts by default, they'll just be using a system avatar, which you can still customize to some degree. But if you want to use Ready Player Me, you click on this, and then you just paste the link right here. So super, super easy.
Awesome, awesome. Well, with that being said, I think we've covered everything we wanted to cover in this video. There's going to be more to come, right, Dan? We're going to do some more of these in the future, talking about some different features.
Absolutely, yep. We're just sort of touching on the surface.
Perfect, perfect. Well, until the next video update, stay tuned to our socials. Be sure to go to VeVe.me for more information about the app and VeVe.me/comics if you're into comics. And we will see you all very soon.
So what do we think? How are we feeling about it? I didn't realize until I think SmartBuy said something that his comics had some of them that were... The cat just fell off of the printer. Chill, kitty. Come on. I want to go find that spot. Alright, right here. So yeah, I guess he has some comics that are not available yet. Are there? Oh, he's got it's the Miguel O'Hara ones. Never mind. Because that X-Men 97, I was gonna say, I thought that was something special that maybe only he has. Are you okay, kitty? You fell off the printer, didn't you? Messing around. So VeVe current showrooms are gonna see the last few months, and then new app update with no showroom. No, I think we'll still have those showrooms in the app also. And like I was saying in the chat, I think it's gonna be downloadable software. You'll have to download this software. Bring the chat back. Let's go. Or maybe it'll be in your browser. I could be wrong. There's other people who have used Spatial and Cavernous before, and I'm pretty sure this is built on Cavernous. I've seen other people use Spatial, and this looks like Spatial. Is Spatial and Cavernous the same thing? Is Spatial built on Cavernous? I really don't know the details into all that. Yeah, it is starting off Greedy One right now. It is just a big showroom, but you can have people come to your showroom, which is new. You can do a lot of different stuff. And I mean, if you have time on your hands maybe, or you're creative or you're really good at this, I'm telling you, these whales would probably pay a lot of money for people to build some cool stuff in their vaults. And I know they've already said that this basic showroom or outline that you have, this house that you start off with, is one way you can start. But on another way that you can start off with just a completely blank space and build it all yourself, which a lot of people like to do, especially when they're super creative like that. So who knows? People might build mazes. I'm trying to think. I know me and somebody else were talking about doing a hide and seek game where you hide your collectibles and build something that makes it hard to find. There's a lot. I mean, you got to be creative. The community's got to come up with cool stuff to do. And you can broadcast what you're doing in there. So if you have a game, you could play the game live and let people come and try to win the game live. Daniel C says Sims was pop. Don't get me wrong. I played some Sims. My people would always die in fires for some reason, but I played it anyway. So something she might actually like in the VeVe. Well, the girls like that kind of stuff. Girls love the Sims. That used RAM, virtual RAM. Look familiar, anyone? It's something in some progress. A lot of people in the chat saying this is progress. At least it's good progress. At least they're working on something now. It was kind of surprising for me to hear them say that they stopped working on it for a while because they were focusing on other things. But you can see that it's come a long way. They've got a lot of options, a lot of features and things you can do, but not a lot of interactivity. At least you can have people there, but it's not like we got gamification yet. Now, whenever they gave us that roadmap originally back in 2022, they said VeVeVerse will be accessible to everyone in Q1 of that year, which is now the new projection for VeVeVerse of next year. But on that same timeline, they had gamification down in Q4 of that year. So hopefully it's kind of the same time frame there. We're going to have gamification by the end of next year. Maybe. For Holy says, that's it. I was expecting more of a demo. Agree it's okay for V1. It is definitely V1. Releases Q1. I think they said midway through Q1 of next year, the whole community will have access. I think they said something about beta users, but I thought they already had beta users, so I don't really understand that. It'll be another app for phone like VeVe Comics, but you can sign in using your VeVe account to see your collectibles. I'm expecting this to be software that you download on a PC. Probably have to have a pretty, I mean, not a super powerful PC, but one that was made in the last 10 years, I would say. Wheel says we wanted a city, not a showroom. That's something I definitely want. And that's probably got to be phase 2 right there, where you can drive your vehicle from your showroom to somebody else's showroom. Now we're talking Metaverse. That's more Metaverse-y to me. Woody says it doesn't look like they've made much progress since the last demo. It looks different than the last demo. I agree. See, I wonder if you can go outside like you could in the last demo, and I wonder if you can do this in VR, which I'm assuming you can because you can use spatial and cavernous in VR. So you probably can. Tucson feeling bullish now. No AI integration. I caught the last 8 minutes. What's up, Vidimon? They didn't mention anything about AI integration. What, you're looking for like some NPC characters? That'd be really dope if you could drive from your own showroom to somebody else's showroom, and that there's NPC characters with artificial intelligence out in the world. That would be dope. Roller Coaster Tycoon is one of those type of games. Building your vault on such a platform as what they are using, which is similar to working with Unreal Engine 5, would be endless. It's literally up to your imagination. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's a lot of creative people out there, and they're going to be able to build cool stuff with it. Ata, what's up, my man? You can build a city. Beta users do it right now. You can build a whole city. Like I said, you don't have to start off with that house. So if you're starting from scratch, I guess they give you a whole lot of space to work with. If they're building a whole entire city, you got to have some time for that, though. You got to have some time. Yeah, we've been waiting for comics and showroom for so long. It's true that you only get like the two-dimensional image. It's almost like a poster, but that's kind of what we thought it would be eventually anyway. Like back in the day when they said comics and showrooms coming pretty soon, and I always said that the covers, some of the covers that are just really, I forget the word I used, but that look really cool. Covers that look really cool, but maybe that comic's not worth a lot in the physical world or whatever. Maybe there's a lot of editions, but just the fact that it looks really cool and you're going to be able to put it in your showroom might give it more value because people are going to want to put it in their showroom because it looks cool. The hype train they had once going for this was always going to derail if it was anything less than Fortnite. That's why they did that video at first, to temper expectations. Yeah, soon. Hopefully they stick to the timeline this time. I don't think they would have given us a time frame at this point unless they were sure they could stick to it. But then again, it looks like it's done. So why can't we get in now? Let me in. What's good for Omi? It's sweeping floors. Man, Omi's at an all-time low from what I heard. Yeah, I don't know. They got the new Stacker app we were talking about in the chat where you can buy and sell NFTs for Omi tokens. And I was hoping it would bring in some crypto users, some crypto whales, some ETH whales, or stuff like that. They should have done it during the bull run, just like they should have released the VeVeVerse during the bull run. But if we get another bull run, then that Omi to NFT is going to be more valuable. No AI is alarming, says Kryptoni. The gamification is us getting played. I mean, it's gamification, ain't it? It's gamified. Moores is confused. He said, I thought it would be like the beta that we saw with Street and Buildings. Seems a lot like the McFarlane showroom. I've seen several people say it seems like the McFarlane showroom. I've got a couple collectibles on McFarlane, but I've never played in their showroom at all. Is that downloadable software? Is it in a browser? Or is it on your phone, mobile? Yeah, the original demo we saw was you had to use an Oculus Quest to see it. It was at DesignerCon November 2022? 2021? Gotta be 2022. November 2022. That DesignerCon, I guess, 2 years ago. And you had to put on an Oculus Quest, and we were on the outside. You're right about that. So I guess this is a whole different platform then. Could you imagine if VeVe teamed up with Rockstar? Oh my goodness, that would be ridiculous. Yeah, they need to put together a AAA game to pump our collectibles. There was an AI, but I thought I did see an AI button actually. I'm looking around. I did think I saw an AI button. It was interesting to see some of those drop-down menus and the kind of stuff that's going to be available. Using comics as posters is great, though. It is nice. It's better than what we got now. To me, this is the showroom VeVe had from day one, with avatars, lighting, plants, and comics added. You can't just magically add racing or something to this infrastructure. I don't know why it took so long. They basically said that they had to put it off the development every once in a while because they were working on things like VeVe Comics. But yeah, it does feel like it's just built over the cavernous template. But it took a long time for them to digitize all the collectibles because they have so many. But then they're going to have to be digitizing them as they do all these drops, because we get like 4 or 5 drops a week. so they got to keep up with it. I don't know. Marvel Mighties uploaded for the weekend drop. Yes, we do have Marvel Mighties dropping on Saturday, and then Nemo dropping on Sunday. What's up, Katoshi? Katoshi is impressed. I don't know if he's being sarcastic. J-Lo says, I was driving during the stream. Did we see Disney at all? No, but they did confirm that you could use all IPs in the showroom. Oh, did we see any Disney? We definitely saw Iron Man, the Funko. We saw a Lambo. We saw Dan C's collection over here. He's still holding that Steve Pugh Harley Quinn. That's the one NFT that I've always wanted. I've never had. But it's getting cheap. I might buy one day. Tucson, giving everybody his true feelings. Jay Bro says 400 people are watching on the VeVe channel. 400 Moon Boys. VeVe is dead, says Jay. I mean, 400 Moon Boys will keep you in business for a while. I think I saw an AI option when he used the drop down to invite people. Oh, okay. I probably won't be able to find it unless you have the exact time. Oh, when he invited people, that was way down here. I wonder what kind of AI he would use from that screen. Here we go. Remove. No, it says remove all members. I guess you can't see it on that one. But oh, let me move this, then you'll be able to see it. Is that what you're talking about right there? I'm looking around a little bit. Oh, here's another drop-down menu where he has the creator, VeVe visitor, OpenAI extension, then the web video conference. So I think you could do streaming from the VeVeVerse with this web video conference option. No buildings, no lands, no roads, no highways, nothing, man, just plants. We got house plants, though. We've been wanting house plants forever. Katoshi likes it. I'm ready to build. Give me the VeVeVerse now. Now we gotta wait. Ata is digging Jay's hairstyle. Tom says, guys, have probably one dev working on it, the VeVeers. I don't know if we've used that term before. We're VeVe or VeVeVerse. That's hard to say. Will never happen. Oh, the VeVeVerse. I thought you were calling us VeVeers. Will never happen. Guy clearly never played a game in his life. Well, it's not supposed to be a game yet. I'm wondering if they're going to hire somebody to do the gamification, because I know they're hiring people right now. And I think one of the things they were hiring for was something about building a game. I have to go back and look. That might have been that old job post. Smart Buy VeVe is not technical yet. In future I'm buying VeVe and will make it great. You're going to make VeVe great again? Katoshi says, I'm going to be a new owner of VeVe soon. You're going to buy the whole entire company? Oh, snap. I didn't know you was doing that. You want to buy my channel? So you got the Psycho Bob hair. The only way the Moon Boys can cope is the hashtag soon. I mean, that's what we said about MTL and Marvel and KYC, but it all eventually came. Disney, things like that. David, you doesn't understand AI. McFarlane Showroom is PC program, so let's figure that's what this is going to be too. Digital verse, because I got a problem. Okay. I want VeVe to be great. It says Gritty One. I think it can be, but it needs some work. I remain bearish. I mean, it's hard to be bullish right now in the whole NFT space. Nothing in NFTs is popping off right now, but Bitcoin is popping off, and that's always the first thing that pops off before the cycle begins. And then it goes to alts, and then what? Is it going to go to NFTs again? Is it going to go to meme coins? I'm kind of done with the meme coins. I feel like a lot of people are over the whole meme coin thing. It was fun for like 2 or 3 months. McFarlane is a downloadable showroom, and it's basically what we just seen, but bigger. I think you should check it out. How can it be bigger? Because I don't think this has like a limit to the size. So it's probably built on the cavernous just the same as this is. It looks like trash, says J Bro. Not impressed at all. What's up, Rashad? Good to see you, my man. We just saw the VeVeVerse for the first time. It's on the VeVe Digital Collectibles YouTube channel. We got Dr. Strange in the building. What's up, Doc? How did you like the VeVeVerse reveal? Let me see if we have, let's see what this last poll we did. All the polls I've been doing today have been like 50-50. Are you impressed? Oh no, this is not 50, I'm sorry. I didn't see there were 3 options. 33% said they need to see more. Well, there is no more to see, so now we're gonna redo the poll. How should we do this poll? How do you feel? What's your feelings about today's VeVeVerse reveal? It was awesome, is one option. It was good, not great. I feel like that's from The Office. Didn't they say that once? Pretty bad. Not impressed. And then the last option. Oh crap. See, they don't. That's their fault. Hold on. Pretty bad, not impressed. Yeah, maybe you can only have 3 options now. All right, I guess you can only have 3 options. That's on YouTube. All right, so let's make this option. It was bad. Just it was bad. I was gonna have like 2 bad options, but apparently with YouTube polls, you can only have 3 options. That's new. Used to be 4. Chainsaw says very basic, but room to grow. So you'd be in the middle option there. I just can't. Oh, I just can access it from VeVe app. Wonderful. Let me try it. I think he's trying to buy the company from the app. I don't think it's on the market. The difference with VeVe and McFarlane is you can invite and chat, which is pretty good. Yes, that is good. I'm wondering if you can invite more than one person. It sounded like you could. What's up, D has say? That's a name we haven't seen in a long time, and he still got his partner statue badge. Let's go. If I had my gift set up right now, D has say, where you been, man? Are you still going for the drops? We got some decent drops this weekend. There haven't been a lot of good drops recently, I'll be honest with you. V was amazing from 2020 to 2022. I don't even know if it was amazing for that long, but during the bull run, it was wild. DSA says, I'm not selling my comics and hope that someday they may be worth something, but not buying anymore unless something super exclusive pops up. Every once in a while, they have these exclusive drops. The edition sizes are getting smaller and smaller on secret rares. Starting point, curious to see where it goes, same. What's up, Dave Hedgehog? Haven't seen you in a while. Also, haven't checked out VeVe for over a year. Still bearish after seeing that. Reminds me of Spatial back in 2021. A lot of people saying Spatial. It is built on Cavernous. I'm thinking Spatial and Cavernous. I don't know if Spatial is built on Cavernous, but it's kind of like the same thing. Broke Ape says other sites are now implementing AR, so I hope VeVe gets it together. Yeah, that was kind of their edge at first, so they need to have this be their new edge, their VeVeVerse, their Metaverse. They're calling it a Metaverse. I think you need to be able to connect houses through that platform where I can drive from one person's showroom to the other person's showroom, and then you got a Metaverse, at least the beginning of one. I didn't hear anything about Omi, and I don't think Omi is going to be used in the Metaverse. I think they said they made an announcement about that, something about securities. Tony 1.0 says we are waiting for 4 years, and this is what we got. I mean, hey, it's better than getting nothing. A lot of these other NFT platforms have no utility, like someone mentioned in the chat. How's PopCat performing? What is PopCat? Is that a drop I missed? You talking about Cat Bronson? I'm not sure what PopCat is. Oh, is that the drop that was today? I haven't looked at that at all. I could pull up the app. I only got about 10 more minutes, then I gotta take my kid to his friend's house. He's going trick-or-treating with his friends this year for the first time, so I'm not going. At least I get to eat half the candy when he gets back. I get all his chocolate. If this took 4 years, we are in big trouble. I mean, in that time, though, they did come up with the whole VeVe Comics thing, which is straight through Marvel, something that Marvel could end up advertising at some point. It could bring in a lot of new users. I'm surprised that it hasn't. TomTom is back on VeVe. He owns over 100 Mercury stamps. Oh, it's TomTom. Katoshi is TomTom? I didn't know that. Do you still got all your moonflowers? Seems like Ben Hire was needed. Think he can get the trains running on time? I feel like he's just a spokesperson to me. I don't know if he's... That's what we said about that one guy. I always forget this one. Mitch. That's what we said about Mitch. I don't want to do it again. Vault, did you check out the new market site? It shows who owns what and how many plus. That's on Stacker. Yeah, it's pretty helpful for sure. But it's still not here to use another dream that VeVe has created. McFarlane uses Matic, and Matic crashed. Well, a lot of stuff crashed. I didn't know McFarlane used Matic. What's the difference between Showroom and VeVeVerse other than the name? I mean, there's pretty big differences there. For one, the comics, but also you have a ton more options, and it's probably a lot easier to manage. I used to try to make cool little things in my showroom on the VeVe app, and it was really hard to deal with, getting stuff stuck, and then you went too low with it, and you can't click on it anymore, so you had to try to go outside, and there was a way to get through the glass barrier so that you could go all the way to the outside in the entire world. I mean, now you got all those options, right? You got lighting. I feel like the creative people are going to love this. VeVe will never be here for us to use. You mean the VeVeVerse? Apparently it's going to be Q1 of next year. What's up, Jesse Crayson? Is not impressed. I see mobile games with better graphics. Well, I mean, the graphics are the collectibles. Some of the collectibles are super detailed, and then you got Electra. So you never. It's down to whether the collectibles were well made or not. Dave and the rest of you put in 2,000 into VeVe and watch it pop. Windows 98 has better graphics, says Lisa Stewart. This is cavernous graphics. I don't know what you can expect on something that you can visit in virtual reality. Katoshi trying to get people to put money in. What's up, Bottom Man NYC? 4 years for this. We're probably gonna get a Cavell video about this. He's not gonna love it, I don't think. Pop at is a meme in top 100 now. Popcat? Oh, I know nothing about. Oh, okay, it's a meme coin. Yeah, I haven't messed with meme coins for a while. I still hold a couple Tate meme coins, so hopefully he can keep building. Even though I hate the guy. Daniel C says it's a single verse, no hook, no chorus. The Popcat, the cryptocurrency with a new community. We got VeVeVerse. I thought it was another Popcat guy. No, it's VeVeVerse. Okay, what's up, Daryl? I guess Daryl's not impressed. Popcat is a KRC20 meme coin on Caspa. I've got something on Caspa. I have to go look and see what it is. I've got one coin over there. Katoshi is a Bitcoin millionaire. Sure he is, Tom. They're blowing up. VeVe doesn't have a ceiling, and if they execute properly, game over. I mean, they could be the leaders in the space. They just need to build this metaverse out to where it's something that's going to attract new users. We got OG Bruin 88 in the house. What's up, Bruin? No problem, man. It was interesting to see what features we're going to have available in the VeVeVerse, and to get that timeline, a little bit of a time frame of when to expect to get in there. All they have to do is open source with the vaults. They will find development flying off the charts within a few months, and that's kind of what they're doing. Anybody can do anything they want with the vault, and they're going to be able to make really cool stuff. They're going to be able to make games, their own games, with the tools that they're given for vault creation. If so, says bad could be better. Time will tell in 5 years, maybe. I mean, and this was always supposed to be kind of a long-term thing. I mean, this is a speculative investment. That's why. I mean, if we knew for sure that 5 years from now this was going to be huge, then everybody would be buying it. But we're the only ones that realize that we're getting in early. That's what it's all about. That's how you make money, getting in early. Hurry up, put money in VeVe, says Katoshi. With all the VeVe's IP and resources, one of them will create something special. And I also think once people start creating cool stuff, that may be able to incentivize those big IPs like Disney and Marvel to market a little bit more their collectibles on the VeVe platform. I mean, I visited the Cavernous website and it looks okay. See, I don't have a lot of experience with Cavernous, but I knew that this was coming. And like I said, I've already created my Ready Player Me character, which anybody can do now. Then you can upload that into the VeVeVerse, and they got a lot of options for creating your character. Casper, Nacho, Burt, Stick, Guac, Kango, and many more. Some like Casper, I've done 200x. It starts with an R. I feel like the one I got on Casper starts with an R. Maybe it's... No, I think I have... No, I'm thinking of a different blockchain. My bad. See, I haven't looked at my wallets in a while. I'm done with meme coins. They're boring. NFT to buy Spider-Man New York hat. Psh, that's cap. This is the perfect time. And then the other cat just fell off the shelf. These cats are freaking out right now. This is the perfect time for us to pump Omi. I think Omi needs to be pumped. It's pretty rough right now. How many more years until they finish the VeVeVerse 2040? They say it's Q1 of next year. Will the channel invite Cavernous to the channel for a Q&A? Is Cavernous a person? John Cavernous? I don't know that guy. I mean, yeah. Who do I invite? Absolutely. That would be interesting, really. Shakespeare stacking those. Maybe y'all really are buying the NY hat ones. It's Spider-Man with the New York hat on. It's from the Comic-Con drops a few weeks ago. I don't know what's so special about it. It wasn't like super scarce or anything. Apparently that's what the chat... Maybe they're trying to pump it and dump it on y'all. Be careful. Thanks for doing this video. No problem, Junior. Good to see you again in the chat. Been following for a while, but I pop in and out here and there. This weekend's going to be some good drops. We might be able to make some money this weekend. Not financial advice. What we just saw is the V3 showroom. Don't tell me that's the VeVeVerse. I didn't like the fact that they called it a Metaverse either. Eventually it'll be a Metaverse, but it's not a Metaverse yet. You're going to put money in, it's going to pop. Oh my goodness, Katoshi's wilding out. Will they use people's vault builds for their marketing? Ooh, I think they would have to pay you, right? If somebody made something really cool, like the Falcon dude made something wild in his vault that everybody was going and checking out, and then VeVe used it. I mean, it's not like they do commercials anyway. What are they going to use it on their Twitter? You don't have to pay them for that. Maybe if they did an actual commercial, but they don't do that. Then yeah, okay. If they do a commercial and they use your vault build, they should have to pay you for that. Otherwise, tweeting about it, I don't think they should have to pay you for that. So she says, New York hat, bro, and it's Spider-Man. Damn you country people, not so bright. There are over 25 million New Yorkers. Yeah, we ain't bright out here in the country. No, sir. Got my Confederate flag. Give me one of them right there. Did you sell all your collectibles and comics? I've sold most of my collectibles and comics right now. However, though, I do still own the secret rare Star Wars bot. What is it? It's a droid. but it's one that dropped a few weeks ago, and there's only 88 total editions in the world. I got it on the drop for like 20 bucks, and it's currently worth about 550. As soon as I sell that, I might be able to go and buy some stuff. What I really want to do is wait for that to go up to the price where the Steve Pugh Harley Quinn is, sell my droid, and buy Steve Pugh Harley Quinn. Then I'll be happy. Cross-platform is awesome, not just PC, but mobile. Mac support is great, no doubt. MetaQuest 2, why they have to hold this back until... I know, I was wondering that too. That's frustrating. Yeah, it seems like it's ready. I'm not sure what they're waiting on now. You're just going to tease us? Give us a little... dangle a little carrot in front of us? Do you remember your subscriber, Kobe? He used to have the best collection of VeVe NFTs. Are you talking about Kobe Collects? Kobe Collects is still around, man. We see him in the chat all the time. He's got his own channel. He was collecting on Hero, but hopefully you guys who haven't been around for a while are not invested in Hero because they kind of went under. I took Randy Chavez. I can just stop you right there. Once you say I took Randy Chavez's advice, I know it's not good. Now I'm down 2K in Omi. I was depressed. I mean, I used to always say on my channel, I don't mess with Omi, but I don't mess with crypto in general. And then I got into meme coins, so, but I never really got into Omi. Once I bought my first $800 worth of Omi and then lost it in the trust wallet because I wrote down the wrong seed phrase, I was like, I'll play with the NFTs. I don't want to mess with crypto no more, and I'm kind of glad I did. Any info on the Ghost Rider Marvel Mighties and how to acquire? We can check that out real quick. I got about 5 minutes. It's going to be so addictive. See, there's a lot of people, especially Omi homies, that are going to be excited about this. The only problem I have right now is that my cat is in the way. Alright, let's check out these drops real quick this weekend. This weekend's drops, and then we'll end the live stream. Mr. LOL the Diddler says VeVe is a slow rug. I say Omi is a slow rug. Tucson saying Randy Chavez is smart. Well, alright, these are the two drops happening this weekend. Saturday is the Marvel Mighties. I'm getting that off my screen. And in order to get the Ghost Rider, you have to craft it. And in order to craft the Ghost Rider, you have to own all of the collectibles in the set. So the drop happens at the usual time, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Retail is 15 gems. You got a Moon Knight common. You got Morbius, also common. First appearance. I could have swore we had Morbius already on the app. Maybe it was a poster. But so this is the first appearance. But you can see there's 2,200 editions of the commons. Werewolf by Night is a first appearance, almost 2,000 editions of that. Man-Thing, 1,600 editions, first appearance. Elsa Bloodstone is the ultra rare with 987 editions. Then the secret rare, which is going to be the bottleneck for people who want to craft, is Mephisto. First appearance of Mephisto, 444 editions. It's interactive, which I'm thinking that maybe you can turn the fire or his eyes on and off. But here's the Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is not first appearance, but there's only 111 total editions. It's Marvel Mighties. There's a lot of Marvel Mighty collectors who want to own every Marvel Mighty that ever drops. So things like this end up going for a lot. I know somebody thought it would go for 500. In order to get this Ghost Rider, though, you have to have all the other collectibles at the craft time, which is 1 hour, right? November 2nd? Yeah. So it's Saturday. 1 hour after the drop is the craft time. So you got 1 hour to either get them on the drop or to buy them in the market. So if you were to go for this drop and you got the secret rare on the drop with your blind box, then it makes a lot of sense to go in here and buy the rest of them on the market and craft your Ghost Rider and sell the Ghost Rider. Now, sometimes what people will do on a drop like this is just go out and buy all the collectibles that you need to craft from the market, craft the Ghost Rider, sell the Ghost Rider, and then sell all those collectibles back. It's going to take some gems because I feel like Mephisto is going to be expensive, probably a couple hundred. But then again, Ghost Rider is probably going to be expensive too. So, I mean, that might not be a horrible play. If you got the gems for it, it's going to be a little bit of a gamble. But the fact that you get to sell... Oh, I think actually these get burned. Oh, yeah. So, you won't... Yep, they will be burned. So, you won't be able to sell those back. So, you would have to make a profit on the Ghost Rider for more than you paid. I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people are going to be doing that. Let me know in the chat if you plan on going for it and if you plan on crafting. And then Sunday is the Nemo drop. It's also... Come on, kitty cat. You're crushing. You're killing me here. Alright, I guess we keep it like this for now. Also is the Nemo drop on Sunday. It's blind box. We got my boy Crush. If you watched Finding Nemo, you know Crush. He was cool. You got Dory with 1,000 editions. You got this weird helmet that people are like, why do they even have that on here? Ultra rare for 500 editions. And then Nemo, and it's been a little bit of a controversy. There's only 99 editions of Nemo. So some people are upset because they love Nemo and they're like, I'm not rich. I'm not going to be able to buy this secret rare. So if I don't get it on the drop, then I don't get it. But it's not the first appearance of Nemo. So if you're a Nemo lover, you can always just go buy the first appearance of Nemo for like 40 or 20 bucks. And you just don't get to own this because this is for whales. There's only 99 editions. Of course, you could go for the drop, get lucky, and hit Nemo on the drop. I hit that Star Wars collectible with only 88 editions on a drop just a few weeks ago, so it can happen. Let me catch up with the chat. A lot of people we haven't seen in the chat for a long time. What's up, everybody? Y'all should come back and go for the drops. Even if you don't go for it, there's still money to be made on the market with sniping, flipping. Samuel Torres, is it the diddler? I think he's the same diddler. Why are there so many diddlers? Is that a meme coin? How's your son? I've come to your channel after 2022. What's up, Rashad? Thanks for asking. He's good. I got him a PS5 and his own computer, so he doesn't come out of his room much. He's 13 years old and he's too busy having fun in there to come out and hang out with me. However, I am taking him to go trick-or-treating tonight, but he's going trick-or-treating with his friends, not me. So we still play basketball and hang out all the time, You know how it is with teenagers. I feel like VeVeVerse is overhyped, and to be honest, the hype was gone because of the 3/4 of a year wait, or 3 or 4 years. Definitely would know. I wish it was 3/4 of a year. Yeah, that killed the hype. But then again, the whole market, especially the NFT market, but the crypto market in general, has lost a lot of hype. Good to see you as well, Young Avalos. Good to see all these names I haven't seen in a long time in the chat. Y'all got to come back on the weekends when I stream the drops, or just come hang out with me on Tuesday. I go live every Tuesday at 5 p.m. with Mo Knows, and we have a little chat about world events, politics. We talk about paranormal activity, and we talk a little bit about VeVe and crypto. That's every Tuesday at 5 p.m. So even if you're not going for the drops, you can come back and hang out with us during those little episodes, and we'll let you know the drops that are coming up. So maybe if you're just hanging out with us on Tuesday, you'll find out a drop that you want to go for that happens that weekend. Years too late for Jim Nick. That's how a lot of people feel. I guarantee it. Didn't buy Omi before I got into VeVe. Sold my Omi once I found out you couldn't buy on VeVe with it. Then got into VeVe just before the first golden moments. Oh, so you got in right before the bull run. That's a good time to get in. Yeah, when I got in, I bought Omi first. And then I found out about VeVe because I joined a Omi Facebook group. Let's see. Might not be able to keep up with the chat. Katoshi says Ghost Rider is $1,000. I know some people are saying 500. What's up, thick boy? Stack up Gator. Lokis. It will moon. Trust me. Right? What? Alligator Lokis? I don't know about that one. Not financial advice, y'all. Burns entire set to craft. Yeah, you got to burn the entire set to craft. You don't have to mint it. You can buy those from the market in order to craft the Marvel Mighties. My cat put me into full screen mode here. Oh, there we go. Cats. What's up, Ozzy? Another name I haven't seen in a while. Just happy to get some appearances of some collectibles and comics that I would really go into the VeVeVerse. I mean, if you're able to have events in there and hang out with other people, I'd be doing that. I mean, I could have like interviews in there, even if you can only bring one person into your vault. We'd have to go to their vault though, because my vault is pretty drab. I don't have a whole lot of stuff. I got some comics though. What's up, Eddie Almighty? Let's go. People are excited about the VeVeVerse release. Let's see what the poll says. Maybe they aren't excited. We got 46% in the lead with it was great, it was good, not great. 14% say it was awesome, and 41% say it was bad. Nemo might end up meme girling. A lot of people are thinking that Nemo could do really well with only 99 editions. We voting Trump? Heck no, Meta Money. Never in a million years. I'm not crazy. Alright, y'all. I got to end the stream. I got to take my kid trick-or-treating. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for this. Like I said, I go live on the weekends for the weekend drops, and I'm live on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Used to be bullish till they doxed my friend Skittles. Really? I know they doxed somebody else recently. I didn't know about Skittles. Alright, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. And if you're going to be around this weekend, I'll be live on Saturday. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is drop time. And then I'll be live again on Sunday for the Finding Nemo drop. Alright, y'all. Have a great